Well, I was in court today. Finally, my case came to an end. My case for refusing to wear a mask in Tesco and getting dragged off in handcuffs for my trouble. What do you think happened then? How do you think it turned out? Do you think they came down on me like a ton of bricks, or do you think I got off scot-free? Well, what happened was I was admonished. I think the judge was in a better mood than the last time, but he used the same words. He told me that I couldn't pick and choose what laws I obeyed. If only he knew that I don't. The thing is, there's a difference between laws and opinionated, self-righteous, dictatorial, diktats, unjust diktats. Unjust diktats are not laws. They're not legitimate. I mean, there have been many governments who thought of themselves as being legitimate. The Nazis thought they were legitimate. Many a government has been wrong in the past, and many a government will be wrong in the future, I'm sure. But it's very sad when governments assume legitimacy. They just assume it. They have this habit, actually, of doing that, governments. They do tend to have that habit. It's a sad thing. It's a shame. Human nature is a sad spectacle because it is human nature. That's from the darker side of human nature. Human nature has a lighter side and a darker side, and men often walk in the darker side, I'm sure you'll agree. Well, anyway, this whole thing, of course, this lockdown and everything that we've come through. I mean, how do you feel now, by the way? How do you feel about all that now? Do you ever reflect on it, and just think, oh, that was mad. Well, yeah, you should, because it was mad. It was absolutely mad, stark, raving bonkers. Completely insane. Phew. I don't know how many tribunals I've been summoned before in my life now. Quite a number. But in recent times, the last couple, there's this one and the previous one, and also the one in the church, my church. That's the Free Presbyterian Church of Scotland, by the way. They disciplined me. They took away my membership, removed my membership, because I made a video expressing a different opinion to theirs. Their opinion was that they agreed with the government and that it was therefore the duty of every Christian to wear masks and so on. You weren't allowed to have a different opinion. You weren't allowed to differ. Well, when I say my church, I'm talking about my congregation here in Stornoway. A number of elders, including the minister. That would be 9 people. And I was summoned before them, and they found fault with me because I made the video. They didn't like the fact that I'd made the video. If I hadn't made the video, they wouldn't have cared, but they were troubled by the fact that I made a video and made my opinion public, which to them was terrible. That's what they thought. Clearly they thought that was bad, unacceptable. But I would challenge them to find me something from Scripture that would show that I was wrong. I don't think so. I can't see it anyway. The best I can do is they can quote Romans 13, which tells us to obey the higher powers, but Romans 13 goes into more detail than that. It speaks about wielding the sword, the magistrate, bearing the sword for the terror of evildoers. Well, come on. This hardly falls into that category. Anyway, I digress. It was very nice to hear those words today. It was very nice to be gently sent on my way. You're free to go, sort of thing. Very nice. Standing there, looking at the judge, without having no idea what he was going to say. And then all of a sudden, this happens. Nice. A nice providence from the Lord. Nice. We get different providences from God. Everything comes from God, all of our experiences. It's all God's providence. It's all His doing. Why are we in this world? What's this world for? Well, it's a proving ground. That's what it is. It's a proving ground. Where everybody is tried. Where everybody is born and lives and has their various experiences, all different. And at the end of the day, the question will be asked, what did you do with your life? Did you respond to God's call? I mean, why are we here? What is our life for? It's for a purpose, isn't it? And is that purpose just to pile up wealth? To be as healthy as we can physically? Well, that's not going to come to much, is it? Because everybody has to die. No matter what you do, your health will break down. And your body must return to the dust from whence it came. We are formed from the dust. That's a scientific statement. Nobody can deny that. All of our elements are from the ground. It has to return to that place. It has to return to the earth. But these are things that people by nature tend to ignore. We're good at ignoring things. Human beings, the darker side of human nature is very adept at ignoring things. We must understand true wisdom. We must receive true wisdom. God will give it. He promises to give it to anyone who asks. If we ask Him for it, if we seek the truth, He promises to give it to us, to provide it. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened to you. Anyway, it was nice to hear that today. It makes you feel freer, kind of, feel free again, oh good. Don't have that thing still to come ahead of me, that thing to contemplate, that negative, which is still to be dealt with. So, that's that then, for the time being.